they're, what I love about all these exercises actually is they're so simple. They're so simple that you can do them and learn them of, like 3 deep breaths into the lungs, 3 deep breaths into the belly, 3 deep breaths into the hips. And then you can take that with you out into the world, and you have not only a somatic memory of it, but it's easy to, I won't say easy, it's not especially easy to understand why it works, but it's easy to replicate. It's easy to say, okay, these are the steps. I know how to do these. So as I introduce these practices, I like to say a bit about what we're doing and why we're doing it, just so the mind can understand and more easily replicate it. And then the actual exercise itself is done more simply and quietly. So can we proceed that way?
Yes, totally.
Okay.
Um,
So, I'm not sure about how to do the translation part, because I love that. And I don't know if the translation needs to be for the understanding of it too, or just for the practice itself.
hmm,
And actually this might, let's try these just in English first,
mhm,
because it's very simple and you don't necessarily go into a trance with them like you can with the breathing.
mhm,
Okay, so where I start with trauma, when someone is in, like you introduced this to me as an ongoing trauma situation. You're in a war zone. You're in a country where people are, all your friends are quitting their jobs and leaving and trying to get their families out, things like that. So some of the trauma enters through the eyes. We see things happening. And when we see things happening, when we activate the trauma response, when we activate the sympathetic nervous system, what happens then is the eyes kind of freeze open and are staring out into the world, like very tense and alert and focused on looking for, where's the danger? Where's the danger? Is some soldier coming over the gate? Is there a strange police car coming down the street? Like these kinds of questions, the eyes are put in service of finding threats and danger. So the eyes become, the muscles in the eyes and the focus in the eyes becomes really stuck and intense on looking outward for danger. So this very simple practice that I want to invite you to try to unwind the tension in the eyes is very easy. It's like, take a deep breath, soften your eyes. So you're still looking out, maybe a meter or two in front of you, but the eyes are relaxed. You're not like trying to read small writing on the opposite wall. It's just like softened and relaxed. And then without moving your head, keeping your nose pointing straight ahead, move your eyeballs, both of them to the left, as far as you can comfortably move them, and just hold them in that position. I'm going to hold them for 30 seconds. You can hold them for 60 seconds, even if you like. And it's just like we're sitting in this relaxed position. Our head is straight forward. Our eyes are looking off to the left softly. And we're not really doing much except deeply breathing. Take a deep breath in. Let your eyes relax even more. And deep breath out. And again, you might find something to the left to focus on, to sort of hold your gaze, but you're just holding it in a relaxed way. You're not trying to see all the details of what you're looking at. What we're working with is the muscles in the eyes. The muscles have been commandeered to look straight forward with a lot of tension. And so we're moving them to the side, softening them, letting them relax, take up a new position. It's sort of like stretching. After you've been sitting a long time, you get up and you stretch your back out. We're stretching our eyes out to the left. Just notice what happens with your breathing. Notice what happens if there's any movements in the eyes. There may be twitches, or the muscles may want to move in a different way. Just keep relaxing them. And then bring them back to straightforward. And take a deep breath in. And then exhale. And then let your eyes gently rotate to the right. And again, we're getting a little bit of a stretch in the muscles, but we're not straining them. They've been straining for a while in the trauma. So we're moving them to the side, giving them a little stretch, and letting them relax. The focus can shift from soft to more curiosity about the details of whatever I'm looking at over to the right. And then soften again and come back to my breath. And we're just holding through a longer period of time than feels natural. So the eyes may want to spring back to center. They may want to spring back to vigilance, to scanning for danger. But instead, we're just letting them relax, reboot, stretch a bit, and then slowly letting them come back to center. And taking another deep breath in, and a big sigh, a big exhale. And you can do this as many times as you like. 3 or 4 times is fine. You can do this for a longer duration, for 60 seconds or even 2 minutes, if you want to play with that. But any little stretch is going to help. What's happening is we're literally stretching the muscles in the eyes, the muscles that focus and the muscles that direct attention, forward, backwards, sideways, whatever. But also underneath all of this, we're signaling to the brain that for these seconds, for these moments, we don't need to be hypervigilant. We can just, it's okay to look off to the side. Hey, remember, it's okay to relax. It's okay to take a breath. It's okay to do something different. The danger signals from the fight or flight nervous system may be directing us to keep paying attention to the external. But when we send new signals that, hey, we're relaxing, everything's chill right now, we're breathing more deeply, slowly, regularly, we're looking to the side, to the left, to the right. All of this sends signals to the brain that the period of intense danger is momentarily over. And so this brings a reset so that when we come back to center, we're refreshed and able to look out into the world with much less tension, much less fear. And so we're dancing with the nervous system right now to help bring it back into groundedness, bring it back into the present moment. When we're traumatized, it keeps looping on the past, trying to predict the future. And the solution is coming into the present moment. In this moment, I'm safe. For right now, I'm okay. I can let my guard down for a moment. I can bring it back. I'm rebooting the computer. It's not like I'll never have the use of the computer again. It's just going to be offline for a few seconds, for a few moments. And then it will be back refreshed, better able to serve me than ever before. Okay, so you can play with those eye exercises. Another great exercise is with the ears. And all you need is an ear and a finger. And we're gonna play with, I don't even want to call it massaging the ear. What we're gonna do is touch the ear in different places. I'll tell you what some of those places could be. And we're just gently going to make tiny little circles on the skin with our fingers. So this is not a massage where we're like pushing or yanking or trying to get anything to be radically different. We're sending signals to the brain through the nerves in the ear, many nerves in the ear, many acupuncture nerves in the ear also. And we're just bringing back present moment awareness. So like you might very lightly touch a lover's skin, not grab them, although that's fun too. But in this moment, we're just looking to make tiny little circles on your earlobes. Make tiny little circles in the ear canal. And again, not pushing or poking. The point of all these exercises is anti-violence. The point of all these exercises is to introduce sensations that are not intense or violent, but gentle, soft, like little butterfly kisses. You can go behind your ear, on your scalp, before the hairline, and just gently, gently make tiny little circles. And all this, the ears are another sensory organ that gets very hyper vigilant during trauma situations when we're in danger. We're listening, we're straining to listen for sounds that might clue us into a coming threat. So in this moment, we're just giving the ears a brief break, a coffee break, a nap, a little 2-minute, okay, we're going to activate the skin in a very super light way, all around the ear, inside the ear, along the edge of the ear, just gently touching. And whether or not it makes sense to you, the person, your body is receiving and interpreting these sensory signals as a sign that, oh, we're in a different state, we're in a different place, we're in a different time. Something new is happening, and I'm refreshing to notice what's going on right now. Not the horrors that just happened, or the horrors that might come again soon. But right now, we're resetting the skin on the ears that's signaling the nerves to go to the brain. The vagus nerve goes to the brain and says, okay, Momentarily, we're going to relax and refresh and reboot. And take a deep breath in. Take a moment and notice if you are feeling anything different around your ears, around your eyes. You may just notice their presence in a way that you weren't before when all of your attention was out into the external world. Now, some of your attention is coming back to your body experience, to your superficial and internal physical body, the surface of it, some of the insides of it. We're going to slide our hands down from the ears just to hold the back of the jaw. The jaw is another place, the mouth is a place that gets deeply impacted by trauma, oftentimes because we want to scream and we don't, because we're afraid that sound will bring more attention to us, or we are screaming and we get so intense we like strain our vocal cords, strain the muscles in our jaw, and those signals of strain and tension keep firing in the brain as danger, 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 danger. It's like the smoke alarm keeps going on and on. The car alarm won't stop ringing. So we're going to bring attention, hold the back of the jaw, and just very slowly and gently open your mouth, only as far as feels comfortable. We're not straining or stretching. That's what we've been doing. Now we're simply opening our mouth and closing our mouth, maybe moving our jaw gently and softly from side to side. We're not feeling, this is not like a massage or a chiropractic adjustment. This is not like we're trying to fix anything. What we're doing is introducing slower, softer, gentler sensations to the body so that the nerve picks up those signals and sends it to the brain and brings us into a different state. It switches branches of the nervous system from the sympathetic to the parasympathetic. And then in the parasympathetic, the reboot, the healing, the digestion, the integration, the release, the relaxation, they all happen very naturally because they have space and permission to just gently let the water flow away. Let the tension flow away. So the slowly opening and closing your mouth is not to fix it. It's just to feel it, just to be with it. The muscles in the jaw, the teeth, the tongue. And take a deep breath in and an exhale. And these are significant parts of where we carry tension in trauma. The eyes, the ears, the mouth, the neck, all that. But I want to skip down lower in the body right now to two other places that we're going to visit, and then we can move on. The next one is the hands, because in danger situation, the hands often clench. We want to grab onto things. We want to punch, slap. We want to use our hands to create more safety for ourselves, to push the threat and the danger away. or to hide, or we prevent ourselves from doing that by clenching our fist and not punching out, by not grabbing some rock to throw. So all of those intense muscular movements in the hands, we're going to introduce a different state right now. So we're going to slowly and gently open and close the hands, not like a fist, not with the muscles, not with intensity or force, but as softly as you can, like if your hands and fingers were a butterfly opening and closing its wings. Trying to introduce gentleness, ease, and trying to feel into the hands before they become tools of violence. Just the pure physical presence of the hands as instruments of touch and connection, sensation, and love. So gently opening and closing like butterfly wings, almost no effort. And not closing too far, and not opening too far, just in the middle range. And you may start to feel tingling in your fingertips, your palm. You may start to notice sensations that weren't available to you before. You may start to notice muscular tension that you didn't realize you've been carrying. All that's okay, just slowly open and close. And then let your hands rest in your lap and take a deep breath in and release it with a sound. Another breath in and release it. One more in breath. One more exhale. And finally, the last little exercise I want to introduce you to as we're hitting some of the high points that hold and store and carry and loop trauma. I invite you to move your attention down to your feet and slowly rotate your feet around from the ankles. Make little circles, like you're drawing circles with your toes. Moving clockwise, then counterclockwise, getting a little bit of stretch, getting a little bit of blood flow, bringing awareness to your feet, and then gently rest your ankles on the ground so you're supported, and put them into a position so your legs can relax too. So you're not stressing or putting tension on the muscles in your legs. And then gently move your feet up and down, almost like you're slowly pushing the accelerator on a car, slowly pushing the brake pedal on a car. Just gently waving up and down. If you can imagine seaweed floating in the ocean, it's that kind of a movement. It's like no force of will. Seaweed has no bones or muscles. It's just floating in the current and the waves. And just let your feet slowly float up and down, up and down. And again, we're looking to introduce slow, gentle, peaceful sensations into our feet and ankles, because those are, again, trauma point triggers and holders of trauma. When we're in a dangerous situation, if we move into fight, we want to kick with our feet. If we move into flight, we want to run away, race away. If we move into freeze, we want to like contract and hold and not move a muscle in our feet. And all of these are extremely intense sensations. And so we are replacing them right now with a new series of extremely soft and gentle sensations. And the nerves in the feet and the legs will carry these signals up to the brain and also reset some of the trauma indicators in the nervous system so that we feel more at ease, more grounded, more aware of our body and sensations in the present moment, more relaxed, more comfortable in our own skin, less frightened, more calm and peaceful. And if you like to close with a little symphony of all of them, you can gently let your ankles and feet move. Let your hands open and close. Move your eyes to the left. Hold for a few seconds. Move them to the right. Hold for a few seconds. Massage the back of your ears, gentle little circles on the skin. Put your hand on your jawbone, muscles there, and gently open and close your mouth. And all of this new sensations are invigorating your body, calming your nervous system, reintroducing the flow of blood and oxygen to the extremities, and actually preparing you now to be more alert, awake, aware, present, available, efficient in your present moment experience. So it hasn't damaged or threatened you in any way. You're back now and better than ever. Able to notice what's going on in your outer world and what is indeed an immediate threat and what isn't. So you can respond to these things much more clearly and potently than we can when we're locked up and contracted in a trauma response. So these are beautiful little sensory practices that we can work with when we've been in a physical danger situation, when we've been, even when you're in a traffic jam, or when you're in a crowd, or things are happening that you don't understand coming at you in overwhelming ways. All of these simple little sensory practices can bring you back to center.